Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. This is Decoding with Cody, and in today's Decode, we have a live stream. And today is April 17th, 2026. Thank you for being here today. And we have another very intriguing, interesting, and pretty mind-blowing Decode. We're going to talk a lot about what's coming up the next few days. But before we get into that, I just want to thank everyone for being here. Give me that thumbs up in the live stream chat if the volume is good. Seems like we all of a sudden lost a bunch of people. Is everything working well? Let me know, guys. For a minute there, the subscribers all just fell off the face of the earth. There was like 40 people in here, then it said like 10. So I don't know. Maybe there's something going on with the stream. All right. Yeah. Thank you for that thumbs up, Full Armor. Appreciate it. Also, thank you to Sojourn for the thumbs up as well. Thank you for being here as always. Hello to you, Sojourn. Hello to Full Armor. Hello to Willow. And yeah, so we'll give it a few minutes as usual and let a few people file in here, and then we will get right into it. Shouldn't be a horribly long decode, but definitely a lot to think about. Okay, good. No issues. That's good. For a minute there, I thought the stream cut out, but I guess we're working. All right. How you guys doing tonight? Everyone having a good evening? What is today? Is today a Friday? Today is Friday. Oh. The time goes by fast. The weeks go by fast lately. But yeah, let's actually not waste too much time. For all the people that are going to watch on the replay, thank you to the 80 of you that are already in here. What's up to Mr. S in the chat? Hello. Enthused Dreams, hello to you as well. Yep, WrestleMania weekend, and we got a huge riddle here with bombs, and that's what we're going to talk about. So yeah, we might as well just start there, actually, while we're waiting for some people to get in here. Let me just show you what kind of inspired this decode and kind of what we're going to talk about in relation to what's happening this weekend. It's a big weekend, a big energy harvest weekend. WrestleMania is, they call it the grandest stage of them all. So think about it, stage magic, energy magic, harvesting. It's a big weekend. So a very important couple of days coming up. And then of course, after that, you got Mr. H's birthday, the mustache man, his birthday. Then you got Queen Elizabeth's birthday, which is also the death date of Pope Francis. And then you have Oppenheimer's birthday. And then you have Shakespeare's birthday. So there's a lot of stuff I've been talking about recently, a lot of birthdays coming up. And so we have a lot to talk about in relation to the upcoming weekend and the days beginning next week. So not saying anything's going to happen necessarily, but it's definitely an interesting time period. So where should I start? So anyway, WrestleMania 42. Okay. So again, anyone who knows this channel and has watched Gematria or knows anything about Gematria, you know the importance of 42. And 42 is also the amount of months that the beast reigns in the book of Revelation. The beast reigns for 42 months. And WrestleMania 42 is in Sin City. Okay, so Sin City, the beast, the 42, very, very clear. Okay. But the last day of WrestleMania 42 will be on April 19th. Now, April 19th is the birthday. I'm just going to start out with this because it's all about 42 and war. Remember, war equals 42, Iran equals 42, and Japan equals 42. We dropped the nukes on Japan, supposedly. Again, I don't really believe that we have so big bombs like nukes. We might, I don't know, but I don't really care necessarily, but there's definitely bombs. Bombs exist. I don't know how big of bombs exist, but bombs exist. But we drop bombs on Japan. Now we're dropping bombs on Iran. Okay? Bomb Iran, right? Bomb, 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 bomb Iran. And so 42, WrestleMania 42. Okay? So the last day of WrestleMania 42 will be April 19th. And April 19th would be the birthday of Ali Khamenei. Okay, so this is pretty crazy just by itself, guys. The guy who just got taken out at the start of this war with Iran, his birthday will be April 19th, the last day of WrestleMania 42, when the country that he was in charge of is getting bombed, and it equals 42. So this whole thing is bigger than you think, because it's really tied to the narrative that's been going on for years, especially starting with Japan and them getting bombed back when during World War II, right? So, and don't forget World War also. Forgot about that. World War equals 42. All right, World War. So we have so many 42s, and that's why this WrestleMania 42 is a war ritual, okay? But that also connects with bombings, okay? Bombings connect with war. That's why we're going to talk about the atom bombs and the bombings. But what else happened on April 19th besides the birthday of Ali Khamenei? Well, April 19th, who in the chat knows what bombing happened on April 19th? There was a bombing. What was it? It was this. The Oklahoma City bombing. Okay, so there's a clear connection to bombs. I mean, we're talking about Iran leader's birthday who got killed in a bombing, his birthday, and the date of the Oklahoma City bombing. Okay, so WrestleMania 42 lands on this date, right? And so I'm just setting the stage of why we're talking about bombings. And I'm going to show you how one of the characters in WrestleMania on that day is connected to the nuclear test. And it's pretty scary, really, and pretty crazy. Okay, this is crazy in many ways. Now, this is going to be going on in Las Vegas, guys. Nevada. Where has the United States tested the most nuclear bombs? Yeah, in Las Vegas, guys. Yeah, Obama. You got me on. I already had that in my slides, but good one. But guys, look up how many times they've done bombs. Is Nevada the most bombed state? Bomb tested state? Yes, Nevada is the most nuclear bombed tested U.S. state. Okay? Nevada, where this I cannot overstate the significance of everything I'm laying out here to you. WrestleMania 42, like war, like Iran, like Japan, who got bombed, is on in Nevada, which is the most state where the most bombings have happened. And it's on the date of the Oklahoma City bombing. Okay, so this is not something to just woof at. Like, this is really clear. And I'm going to prove to you throughout the decode why it's so clear. So that's setting the stage. We set the stage now. WrestleMania 42, Oklahoma City bombing, Nevada, and of course, Ali Khamenei, the former leader of Iran, who got killed in a bombing. So let's go. So the one match, and I'm sorry, guys, you guys know I decode wrestling a lot, and I'm not going to decode every match here. And I'm sure every match has a connection to this bombing ritual. But the main match that I'm going to talk about here is the match between the Beast Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. These two guys right here. Guys, this is wild. This match right here is so important to the nuclear bombing narrative, and I'm going to show you. So this all started when the other day I watched a live clip on WWE's YouTube, and it was of Oba Femi speaking to Paul Heyman, the guy born on 9/11. Yeah, Waco siege equals 42. I did a video about the Waco siege back when Danhausen debuted in WWE. So you'll have to go back on my channel and look for that. But let me read the quote from Oba Femi towards Paul Heyman, who is the advocate for the Beast, Brock Lesnar, okay? Again, Oba Femi versus the Beast. But Paul Heyman was the guy he was talking to. He's the advocate for the Beast. But let me read what Oba Femi said. Oba Femi, okay? Just Oba. Just wait till this. Brock Lesnar, this is the quote, okay? Brock Lesnar is afraid of Oba Femi because I am the ruler, the destroyer, the mountain you cannot climb. I am the chosen one. I know it. They know it. And at WrestleMania, coming this weekend, you, Paul Heyman, and Brock Lesnar, the Beast, you will know it too. And then he said, I am the one to slay the Beast. Now, why does this go with our 42 connection? What in the Bible happens with the 42 and the Beast? The Beast reigns for 42 months. And now here we are with WrestleMania 42, and this guy is saying he's going to slay the Beast. Do you see how perfect it all is? When you put it all together, the 42s, you really don't need any other number besides the 42 here, just that it's WrestleMania 42. Now, 42 is also a huge black number, connecting with black history. And I'm not going to remember Jackie Robinson, who wore the number 42, right? The first black baseball player. Remember how there was a huge ritual with him when the actor who played Jackie Robinson died on Jackie Robinson Day, and he was 42. And yeah, remember, you guys remember that? What was the guy's name again? I always forget this guy's name, man. The guy who starred in the Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman. You guys remember all the 42s with black history, okay? Again, shout out to Zach Hubbard for that. But again, remember, he was in the movie 42, which was about Jackie Robinson, the black baseball player. And now you have the new... And guys, there has never been a huge WWE star that's been the face of the company that's black. And I'm about ready to tell you this right now. This guy right here, Oba Femi, is on his way to being like the huge face. Okay? The huge face of the WWE, and he's black. Okay? So WrestleMania 42 is going to usher in the era of the black wrestler. I'm telling you. It's not just about bombings. It's about the era of the black wrestler. That's why the black wrestler is going to dethrone the white beast, okay? And if you just look at all of the people who's going to be at WrestleMania, Trick Williams is debuting. He's black. Oba Femi debuting. He's black. Javon Evans, another wrestler who's black, he's debuting. So all these black wrestlers are connected with this same black theme with 42, right? But here's where it gets crazy. Do you guys remember when Newsweek posted this of Barack Obama? Oba and Obama, okay? Remember how the front of the cover said, God of all things, and he was doing the Shiva the Destroyer pose. Well, look at the line that Oba Femi uses on the head of his Instagram. Look at, I want you guys to ask yourselves why he chose this. The ruler of all things. That's what Oba Femi writes on his Instagram. Now remember, Barack Obama, the cover of Newsweek, said the God of all things. It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, okay, he changed the word ruler and God, but it's really the same thing. Okay, what are the odds of that? Oba sounds like it's very close to Obama. Now remember, Oba even called himself the Destroyer in this a week ago. He called himself the Destroyer. Now remember, Obama in this pose, he's making the Shiva, the Destroyer pose. And that's part of the Trinity of the Hindu gods. And who did the Trinity test? Well, it was none other than J. Robert Oppenheimer. And what did J. Robert Oppenheimer say about the nuclear test, the Trinity test? He said this: "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Coming from the Hindu text, the same Hinduism that Obama is being represented by here. The same connection. So do you guys see it? Oba Femi, the destroyer. Obama, the destroyer. J. Robert Oppenheimer, the destroyer. It all goes back to the one word that they all used, that they all connect to, the destroyer. Now, the destroyer in Hinduism also means a reset, which I believe we're heading for the reset, the destroying of the old system to bring in the beast system. You got to destroy the old system to have a new system. Please hit those likes, guys, if you're just getting in. Appreciate you all. So now that we set the stage here, we see a clear connection between Obama, Oba Femi, and Robert Oppenheimer. Notice they all start with O's. Oba, Obama, and Oppenheimer all have the O's, right? But let's start out with this. Let's just start with Obama. Has anyone else ever noticed this? Obama equals bomb in 3 out of the 5 base ciphers I use. Not only does it equal bomb, it equals 84. And Obama was born on 8/4. I'm not saying nukes are real. First of all the people in here saying nukes are real, I don't believe in big nukes either necessarily. But I'm just going off the symbolism. Why does everyone have to be so picky all the time? I can't say the whole decode that this isn't real, this isn't real. You guys are smart enough to already know that most of this stuff is fake, like space and bombs and all this stuff. I get tired of people always having to remind me throughout the whole decode that what I already said in the beginning of the decode. Again, if you go back to the beginning, I already made this disclaimer. So you don't have to keep reminding me throughout the whole decode. Okay, that's why I make the disclaimer in the beginning so that I don't have to repeat myself 500 times. It's just it just gets a little bit annoying to me because I get what you guys want to do. You guys want to make sure that the truth is out there, and I get that. But I already disclaimered it in the beginning, okay? For those of you who don't believe in nukes, I'm not saying nukes are real. I think we have bombs, but I don't know how big of bombs we have. Okay? We don't know. Unless you're a bomb expert, we don't know how big of bombs we actually have. But we know we have bombs, okay? But the point is that Obama equals bomb. And look at his name, guys. You can't say the name Obama without saying bomb. So shout out to somebody in the chat who said that earlier. You can't say Obama without the word bomb. And you can't say Obama without Bam. Remember, we had Bam Adebayo. Shout out to Switzerland who's in the chat. We had Bam Adebayo break the scoring record last month. So remember that, guys? Bam. And there was a city called Bam, Iran, like bomb Iran, Bam. So that's the start, guys. We've already connected these three characters, Oppenheimer, Obama, and Oba, okay? But guys, this is absolutely mind-blowing. So look at this. The element that was supposedly involved in the nuclear bomb, like I said, supposedly, was plutonium. Now, the guy who is in the match versus Oba is Brock Lesnar, the Beast. Now, if you go from Oppenheimer's birthday to Obama's birthday, it's exactly 2989 weeks and 0 days. The number 29890 is the 244th triangular number. Guys, plutonium equals is the 244 atomic mass. But what's even crazier is if you go from Obama's birthday to the Beast, Brock Lesnar's birthday, you get the same number. Are you kidding? Guys, look at this. And yes, I echo everyone in the chat talking about Christ. Yes, Christ is king. God bless you all in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, I've already made the connection with Oba Femi, right? We're taking Oba Femi versus the Beast. I've already talked about Oba, but Brock Lesnar. Now, let me prove to you that Brock Lesnar is also connected to Barack Obama. I want you guys to listen to how Paul Heyman says the name Brock Lesnar. Listen to this, and let me know if you guys can't hear this, okay? Listen to how Paul Heyman, who introduces Brock Lesnar when he comes to the ring, listen to how Paul Heyman says the word Brock. Listen to this. If it will play. Can you guys hear that? I'll play it one more time. Hopefully you guys can hear it because I don't know if the sound works sometimes. No one's saying they can hear it, so maybe the sound's not working. Okay, but let's listen to it one more time. This is so clear, guys. Why does he use this kind of cadence to talk about Barack Lesnar? Look at this. Okay, so you guys get the point. It sounds like he's quacking, yeah. Because I just repeated it. I put it on repeat, so he doesn't do it like that. But I put it on repeat so you guys could hear. So the guy literally says, Barack Lesnar, the Beast. Now, when is Paul Heyman, the guy you just heard say this, when is he born? He's born on September 11th. And this guy is so big. Remember, he was the person with Roman Reigns for years. He's born on September 11th. He's the wise man. Remember, he used to call himself the wise man, the oracle. Anyway, so now that we're clear, let's go back to this. Barack Lesnar and Oba and Barack. You guys get it? Literally, the way you can see this is you have Oba, Obama, and Barack. I mean, against each other, right? And again, perfect amount of span between 244 triangular between Oppenheimer and Obama's birth, and Obama's birth to Barack is 244. Plutonium is the 244th atomic mass. The word sudden destruction, which is kind of like a bombing, right? 244. Also, there's a connection with 244 and 666 because 666 appears at the 2440 digit of pi. So there is a connection between 244 and the beast 666. But again, I showed you the Paul Heyman thing. Paul Heyman says Barack. And again, Brock Lesnar's nickname is the Beast or the Beast Incarnate. So he's the Beast Incarnated. Okay? But remember, the phrase on Oba Femi's WWE Instagram says the ruler of all things, which is kind of like the Newsweek article for Obama called God of all things. Guys, Obama equals 103. The ruler of all things equals 103. Oba Femi equals 103. Guys, if you go from Obama's Newsweek, God of all things post, to the birthday this year of Oba Femi, which is also the birthday of Oppenheimer. Guys, Oppenheimer, the guy I already compared to Oba Femi here, the destroyer. Oppenheimer said the destroyer. Oppenheimer has the same birthday as Oba Femi. But look at this. Between Obama's Newsweek cover and this birthday of these two guys this year, right after WrestleMania 42, is 5630 days. That's the 103rd prime number. And again, what number does Obama share with Oba Femi? 103. And what is the title on Oba Femi's Instagram? The ruler of all things equals 103. It gets even better. Because if we go from the last United States nuclear test in Nevada to the birthday of Oba Femi this year and Oppenheimer, which is 2 days after WrestleMania 42 in Nevada, it's the same number, guys. It's the same number. There's no one planning this stuff. This is being manifested onto the world. People aren't sitting down writing this stuff maybe a little bit of it, but this is being manifested by magic, okay? These numbers are manifesting like this because it's magic, folks. It's not people sitting down writing stuff all day like this. There's magic, there's AI, there's also organic. It's not people sitting down saying, okay, I'm going to, But again, look at this. From the last nuclear test the United States ever did in Nevada to this birthday of Oba Femi this year, the 103 prime, again, just like from Obama's Newsweek cover to the birthday this year, is the 103 prime. Are you coding me? No, it's manifestation magic. Guys, you can manifest things. You can manifest things, okay? God has given us free will, which means our free will can be used to manifest things. When you think about something enough and you put enough energy into it, especially when you get a stadium of thousands of people, you know how much energy can manifest things? Especially at WrestleMania, where you have hundreds of thousands of people who are sitting in a stadium giving their energy to something, and things are going to manifest. It's just how it works. And these numbers follow that. These numbers are proof of that. It's the causation of the manifestation. But anyway, from Obama's Newsweek to this birthday of these two guys, 5630, from the last nuclear test in Nevada to this birthday, 5630. Okay, and this is the 103rd prime, which is the big number. But look at this. They're calling this WrestleMania Vegas, which equals 103. The same number. The ruler of all things, 103. WrestleMania Vegas, 103. And again, this is on the anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing, April 19th. That's just mind-blowing to me. Guys, this is this in the state that's been bombed supposedly the most of any place, and where WrestleMania is going to be in the same state. Another 103 is in Oppenheimer's quote about the Bhagavad Gita. He says, "The destroyer of worlds." The destroyer of worlds equals 103. So all these 103s that connect Obama and all of these different things, like, not a coincidence. Also, Sean Desad in the chat, Widow's son, he said that nuclear holocaust. Wow, look at that. Look at that 244, guys. What did I just talk about earlier? This whole last slide was about 244. If you go from Oppenheimer to Obama, it's 244. You go from Obama to Barack Lesnar, it's 244. Nuclear holocaust, 244. Sudden destruction, 244. And again, plutonium is the 244th atomic mass. So yeah, a great addition. So now we're going to talk about the number 1930, because the year 1930 is a very important year to this, because 1930 is the year that Pluto, the planet, was discovered. Why are we talking about Pluto, the planet? Well, because Pluto connects to plutonium, the atomic element. Now check this out. What if I told you that Oppenheimer, who supposedly used plutonium, died on the anniversary of the planet Pluto being founded? What are the odds of that? Planet Pluto was founded on 2/18/1930. There's your 1930. 1930 weeks later, in 4 days, Oppenheimer died on the same day, 2/18. And the reason they made it an extra 4 days, 1930 weeks and 4 days, is because they had to get that 4 months. Because if you go exactly from Pluto to Oppenheimer's death, it's 444 months. Why is that needed? Because nuclear equals 444. So again, Pluto, plutonium, nuclear, 444. 444 months from Pluto being founded to Oppenheimer's death on the same date, 2/18. Now, what's up with the 1930? That was the year Pluto was discovered, supposedly. Well, look at this. Guys, from the Trinity test to Barack Lesnar's birth, the 1930 prime. And look what Brock Lesnar equals. Trinity test in 2 ciphers. Are you coding me? What are the odds of this? I just showed you the importance of 1930 in connection to Oppenheimer and nuclear. And you're telling me that the guy who equals Trinity test, the beast, is born 1930 prime after the Trinity test. Are you coding me? Now, the guy who he's going to be facing at WrestleMania this weekend, Oba Femi, said the famous quote that's going around the internet is, I will slay the beast. That's Brock Lesnar. Look what I will slay the beast equals. 1930. Are you coding me? So the guy's talking about the guy who's born 1930 prime after the Trinity test. That's who he's referencing. I will slay the beast. And that equals 1930. Which is, again, 1930 weeks between Pluto and the death of Oppenheimer. Sean Desad says 19:30 p.m. is 11:70 minutes into the day. The great beast equals 11:70 in the Latin. Oppenheimer, born 2 weeks after the Book of the Law. Yeah, this connects to the Book of the Law and Crowley. And I might get to that towards the end. It's too bad Sean can't jump on here. Maybe Sean can jump on here in a little bit. We'll talk about the Crowley beast stuff. He might have something to share. I might have a little extra time at the end. But guys, are you ready for the big reveal? Do you remember how I told you that Oppenheimer has the same birthday as Oba Femi? Look at this. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Look at this. Not only does Oba Femi have the same birthday as Oppenheimer, Oba Femi was born on the 94th birthday of Oppenheimer. Why is that so incredibly important? Because it's the one number that I connected mostly to the nuclear bomb and plutonium. Plutonium is the 94th element. Oba Femi was born on the 94th birthday of Oppenheimer, the guy who used the 94th element. And what's the gematria of his name? J. Robert Oppenheimer, 94, like Shiva the Destroyer, which Obama is depicted as, 94. But what makes this even more crazy is there was a show in 1965 on January 5th called The Decision to Drop the Bomb, which featured exclusive interviews from J. Robert Oppenheimer. Guys, if you measure from that show, The Decision to Drop the Bomb, which featured Oppenheimer, to the birth of Oba Femi, who's born the 94th anniversary of Oppenheimer, it's 1904 plutonian days. Guys, plutonian. I just used the plutonian measurement to go from this show to the birth of Oba. And it comes out to be 1904 plutonian days. Why is that so mind-blowing? Because Oppenheimer was born in 1904. Like, guys, I'm not kidding you when I say this might be the most incredible thing I've ever found. Because, well, I don't know about that, but guys, this is using plutonian days. This is using the actual plutonium connection. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I really can't. This is so perfect. And I just found this by accident, this 1904. Again, what are the odds that when you use the plutonium measurement, you land on this guy's birthday, which is 94 years after this guy who's born in 1904? And again, 94 is the plutonium element. It's just incredibly impossible. Incredibly impossible. But remember, the name of this episode will make another connection to Oba Femi. He called himself the Destroyer in this interview just last week. He called himself the Destroyer. It equals 1254 in standard gematria, Destroyer. Look at the name of this show. When I just connected to Oba Femi, right? I just connected this show to Oba Femi. Look at this. The decision to drop the bomb equals 1254. Like Destroyer, in the same cipher, guys. Are you coding me? So if you thought that was a coincidence, how is this and this a coincidence? The name of the show itself equals Destroyer, which he called himself that. He called himself the Destroyer. I didn't do that, he did. And again, Robert Oppenheimer, who shares a birthday with him, he said Destroyer of Worlds when he dropped the bomb. So this guy who's about to rise out of obscurity and become the face of the company, guys, are we in for a very interesting time period? Yeah, praise God from where all blessings flow. And trust me, to those of us who believe and trust in Christ, there's nothing to fear. The codes mean for us, the codes mean, did you not watch how before 9/11 happened, years before, there was predictive programming for 9/11? These things mean for us. I'm just answering the question in the chat. Somebody said, I'm not following what the codes mean. The codes mean that whatever's coming based off of these codes, which are manifesting because of magic, like I said, this tells our future. This is a way to see what could come and what's happened in the past. But what does it mean for us? It means that we are exposing the magic trick that is being pulled on the world, and that's I sure hope that there's not going to be a nuclear bomb. I mean, Trump has talked about restarting nuclear bombing. This is foreshadowing of Obama. Obama had an interview recently saying that he could be the next president. I believe Franchot Pearson did a video on that. Shout out to him. But these people are born and manifested on the birthdays that they're supposed to be, because they all connect in this puzzle piece of this reality, this matrix, right? And Obama means, again, I showed you Obama, which equals bomb in gematria. Okay, so, and again, we connected how Obama connects with Oppenheimer and how he connects with Barack Lesnar, who's part of this same match. Yeah, like I said, people keep saying there are no. I started out the video by saying that I don't believe in the size of bombs that are nuclear. I believe in bombs. Who could not believe in bombs? Something blows things up, but I don't know if I believe in such large scale bombs, right? I until I would see that, I don't know if I believe it. But again, that's how we'll leave it there, right? But again, everything points to the fact that this WrestleMania that's coming up this weekend is clearly connected to bombings. It's on the same date as the Oklahoma City bombing. It's in the same state that supposedly has the most underground nuclear tests. It's perfectly connected with the 103, right? With Obama and with Oba Femi, who's in the match this weekend. And again, Oba Femi's born on the father of the atom bomb's birthday, his 94th birthday, which again is the plutonium element. So now another thing I want to touch on here is I did another decode earlier today. I'm going to start making posts on Gematrinator because Gematrinator has allowed me to make posts. So, I actually, before I get to that, guys, I got to keep going. So you remember how it's going to be the Beast versus Oba, right? Guys, guess who else has the same birthday as Oba Femi? Marshawn Lynch. Now, who's Marshawn Lynch? Again, April 22nd. That's the same day as Oba Femi, the same day as Oppenheimer, okay? What is Marshawn Lynch known for? He's known for the Beast Quake, the Beast Mode. Are you coding me? The guy who's born this day, Oba, he's telling the Beast he's going to slay him. Well, there on the same day that Oba's born is another guy who calls himself the Beast Mode. And again, when was Marshawn Lynch born? April 22nd, which is Oppenheimer's birthday, 1986. What happened 4 days after Marshawn Lynch was born? The Chernobyl nuclear disaster. I mean, think about it, guys. 4 days after Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch was born on Oppenheimer's birthday, there was the Chernobyl disaster, the same year. 4 days later. So is it a coincidence that the Beast, Marshawn Lynch, has the same birthday as Oba, who's going to try to slay the Beast this weekend? And that this guy, Marshawn, was born the same year as the nuclear disaster. So it all connects to nuclear. Yeah, and Chernobyl means wormwood, which connects to Artemis. And we just had all the Artemis stuff happen, right? We just had the Artemis in Ukrainian. Chernobyl means wormwood, and wormwood means Artemisia, right? That's the name of the plant. And so he was known for the beast quake. So maybe we don't get a nuclear event guys, actually, I forgot. Marshawn Lynch is known for the beast quake, but tomorrow's WrestleMania day 1 is on the anniversary of the great San Francisco earthquake. And you know what can cause earthquakes? Bombs under the surface. San Francisco earthquake. The 1906 San Francisco earthquake was on April 18th. Guess what's on April 18th? Tomorrow. It's WrestleMania. There's 2 nights of WrestleMania, one on April 18th. So one night of WrestleMania is on a very famous earthquake date, and one is on a bombing date, which is the OKC bombing. Wait, how many years has it been since the earthquake? Hold on. Oh, so it's been 120 years. It's been 120 years since the great San Francisco earthquake. The Church of Satan, founded in San Francisco, and the Church of Satan is hugely connected with the number 120. So I don't know, guys. Tomorrow will be 120 years later. So there I just connected you with the San Francisco earthquake on April 18th, and we talked about the OKC bombing on April 19th. Let me just check my notes before we move on to the other thing. I want to check my notes. Yeah, so there's a bunch of 33 connections. So Donald Trump was born 333 days after the Trinity test, which again, that's perfect because Donald Trump, 3 is Trinity, right? So Donald Trump is born 333 after the Trinity test. So all about threes, right? Oba Femi is born 34,333 days after Oppenheimer, because 94 years is 34,333 days. Oba Femi equals 33. You guys see how he equals 33? Again, we're talking about the threes now because we're talking about the Trinity test, the threes. So Oba Femi equals 33. But check this out. Oba Femi was born 633 months and 7 days after the Trinity test, which is the 33rd star. So I'll just do it. From the Trinity test, let me get it here. Maybe I was wrong. Hold on. Oh, wrong date. I thought I typed that in. Dang it. All right, so here it is. Oba Femi, who equals 33, was born 633 months, 7 days after the Trinity test. That's the 33rd star. Okay, the 33rd star number, Oba Femi equals 33. We're talking about the Trinity, which is the threes. So there's that. But also, Oba Femi was 3 years and 3 days old, born 3 years and 3 days after the OKC bombing. So if you go to the OKC, 1995, on April 19th, Oba Femi was born 3 years and 3 days later. And again, he's going to be having his match on the anniversary of that test. So there's another 33. Also, his match against Brock Lesnar in 2 days will be on the 31st anniversary of the OKC bombing, which is also 16, 17 weeks. And 16, 17 is also a 33 because you see how it'll be 16, 17 weeks from the OKC bombing to his match in 2 days? Yeah, he's calling himself the ruler of all things, and 422 is also Earth Day. Thank you for reminding me that. So he's talking about how he's the ruler. And remember, Hades or Pluto is the ruler of the underworld. But if you look up Earth Day, which is Oba Femi's birthday, it's April 22nd. See, you know how he's saying he's the ruler of the world and his birthday is on Earth Day? He's got the whole world in his hands. Which reminds me of another wrestler that died a few years back, Bray Wyatt, who used to sing that. He used to sing, I got the whole world in my hands. So yeah, it's Earth Day. Same day as the ruler. Whoops, my whole thing reset. Sorry, hold on. My whole slide reset. Yeah, but again, just to remind you, Oba Femi, Oppenheimer, both born on Earth Day. So it connects perfectly. Let's just see what ruler of the world. Oh, ruler equals nuclear. Look at this. Wow, so look at that. If you type in ruler, it equals nuclear. Yeah, and Bray Wyatt died on the day that Pluto was demoted. Thank you, Widow's Son. Wow, so Bray Wyatt, he died on Kobe Bryant Day, which was, oh, wow. So that's the day that Pluto was demoted as a planet. Wow. And remember, he used to sing, I got the whole world in my hands, right? A whole world in my hands. So wow, I gotta see how this might connect to Bray Wyatt. Remember, Bray Wyatt was the Fiend, this demonic character, but he used to sing this. Got the whole world in my hands. So he even connects to Pluto because again, he died on the Pluto demotion day, and he got demoted that day. But yeah, interesting that ruler equals nuclear. Let's just see what ruler of the world equals. Some numbers I had run across earlier, actually, but nothing I want to talk about right now. The world. Oh, the world equals 42. Wow. Like World War. So yeah, you got this 42. Also plutonium. I forgot to even talk about this, but plutonium equals 42. Yeah, Widow's Son, he died on the same day that Trump got his mugshot. Gosh darn it, I got a mosquito in here. I'm getting bit by a mosquito, guys, while I'm doing a live stream. Ow. And the mosquito bit me in one place, but now I feel like I got mosquitoes all over me. You guys ever had that happen where one bug will bite you in one place and then all of a sudden your whole body feels like you're getting bit, but it's just all in your head? Ugh. Anyway, sorry to lose topic, but let me go back to my notes. Oh, I forgot Obama. So Obama and the 244, guys, look. So I had this whole slide. I had this whole slide about Obama and 244. From Oppenheimer to Obama, 244. From Obama to Barack Lesnar, 244. Plutonium, 244. When Barack Obama became president on January 20th, 2009, it was on... Guys, Barack Obama became president on the Hebrew calendar on the 24th of the 4th month, 244. Think about that. Considering what I showed you here with all the 244s connecting to him, and Obama just happened to become president on the Hebrew calendar on 24/4. And remember how important the Hebrew calendar was when the war started this year. It was 6/11 on the Hebrew calendar and 9/11 on the Islamic calendar. So yeah, Obama also became president on 244. Or you could say 424, and that's Trump's number that connects to the Jewish Messiah stuff. So there's something really big about this, about Obama being born or becoming president on that day. Remember, Trump's name in Hebrew equals 424. Trump touched the Western Wall at 424. And in Hebrew gematria, Messiah ben David equals 424. So, and it's crazy that Obama became president on 424 or 244. So 2:44 p.m. is the 404th minute of the day, and Revelation has 404 verses. Thank you again, Widow's Son, for always adding so much to these decodes, really. Let's see. I mean, I don't know if you want to jump on here, or do you want to just plan a stream for this weekend? If you're free, you want to do a stream this weekend. I think it's time we bring Sean back on here. We can go over everything. Let me know, Sean, if you want to get on a stream tomorrow or Sunday or sometime this weekend, like a whole stream with me, not just at the end. Don't forget Strong 623, a destroyer. Oh yeah, Strong 623. Strong 623 is Apollyon, the destroyer. And in gematria, Barack Hussein Obama equals 623. Guys, wow. Thank you again, Branch. Yeah, this weekend we can do it, Sean. Just let me know. Like tomorrow or Sunday, we can do one. Like I said, now it's probably just, I'd rather get you on here for a full stream if you're free. I know you're working right now. But yeah, Barack Hussein Obama, 623. Strong 623 is a destroyer, guys. What in the world? My whole decode was about this. So thank you to the branch. Yeah, Bam Adebayo's name is Femi. Yeah, let's talk about that real fast. You guys remember, it was in the news recently, Bam Adebayo, he did that, he broke the record, remember? And look at his name, guys. Idris Femi. So he's got Femi in his name, just like this wrestler's name is Oba Femi, right? Bam, like bomb, you know, bam. So all this is connected, guys. But wow, I'm still blown away by this 623 destroyer, Barack Hussein Obama, the destroyer. He was posing as Shiva, the destroyer. Oba Femi calls himself the destroyer. I mean, come on. It's all about Apollyon again. I've been talking about Apollyon every day. Like, I've been talking about Apollyon and the 110. But yeah, this is the destroyer. Strong's 42 is Abonam, which is the father of Barak. Really? Wow. Strong's 42. Strong's 42, the number I started this whole decode talking about. It means Barak the son, or father of Barak. Wow, father of Barak is Strong's 42. My goodness. My goodness. I mean, this is just more proof. And that equals Satan. Wow. Thank you, Branch, for your amazing. God bless you. All glory to God. Because I know that's what you always do. You always give glory to God. So thank you so much for the branch. It's used in the 6,606 verse, which is Judges 4:5. Really, that word, father of Barak, is used in Judges 4:5. Let's go to the Bible here. Whoops. Judges 4:5. Oh, that says it's the 6605. Or maybe you're talking about the next verse. Hold on. Where is this word at here? 42. Maybe it's the next verse. Hold on. Let me go one verse forward. Judges 4:6. Yep, right here it is, guys. Judges 4:6, which is, shoot, hold on. I didn't want to do that. Judges 4:6, Strong's 42, which is father of Barak. It's 6,606 verses into the Bible. Huh. Wow. See right there, look, it says for Barak right here too. That's Strong's H1301. Man, I really need to start working on my Strong's concordance like the branch, because there's so much here to still find in the Strong's. Oh, look at this. This verse is 24496 remaining in the Bible. 244. Again, we've been talking about 244, and there's 24496 verses left in the Bible on this verse. Oh, the name, the abonym is an anagram of Obama in. It is, isn't it? Obama in. Yeah, Obama in is that word. Wow. You guys see this? In Obama is the name of, so if you guys, I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, Obama, the 44th president, right? Both of those equal 44. And it equals Satan, you know? Whoops. So yeah, Satan 55, Abinom 55, Obama in is the anagram 55. And again, that appears in the 606th verse of the Bible. My goodness. You guys always blow my mind. You know, guys, you guys blow my mind sometimes more than I do. I blow my own mind sometimes, but you guys are always, man, with Sean Desaud in the chat and the Branch in the chat right now, you guys are just destroying my mind here. Yeah. What was I going to say? I was in the middle of my notes, and now I've lost track of what I was talking about. Oba Femi was born exactly 257 lunar phases after Barack Lesnar. His name, Oba Femi's real name, equals 257. That's the 55th prime. But look at this, guys. Oppenheimer died 218 days after the Trinity test anniversary, and he died on the date 218. The first nuclear bomb was dropped on the 218th day of the year, and Destroyer of Worlds equals 218. So here's where I'm reading from, in case you guys want to read it yourselves. You guys can read right here. Oba Femi was born 218 Mercury years after the first bomb was dropped on Japan, which was on the 218th day of the year, and Oba Femi was born 218 days after a blood moon. So this 218 is huge, guys. 218, again, it's the gematria. Just read this whole thing right here. I don't want to say it again. If you guys want to know what I just said, read that. Hopefully you guys can see that. Do I need to make it bigger? Because I don't want to repeat that again. So there it is. That's what you guys can read. Oh, they're raising the age limit for the military on 420. Yeah, right after WrestleMania 42. Yeah. They're raising the age limit on 420, which is, you know, Mustache Man's birthday. And yeah, so that's another big ritual as well. See, that's when you know they're doing stuff by the numbers. There's stuff that's manifesting in this world that's organic and that's manifested, but them raising the age for the military on 420 when war equals 42 and it's Mr. Mustache Man's birthday, that's deliberate, okay? Trust me, these people know the gematria of the word war. They know when Mr. Mustache Man's birthday is. So they know when to do a perfect ritual to raise the age limit. And they know the best way to do the ritual is 420 because it connects to marijuana as well. Because that's also, you guys know what 420 is. And it's also the whole thing has to do with, you know, smoking also. So the whole 4-2 thing, the 420, it's the perfect day. It's the perfect day to raise the age limit. All right, so let's go. I'm going to start doing posts. Let me go to my history here. One second. I'm just going to find it. My blog. So Derek was kind enough to give me a blog on Gematrinator, and whoops. Just give me 1 second. So I'm going to start, sometimes I'm going to have posts on Gematrinator on his blog. It's going to be posts by me, not by him, but he also has his posts. But today I was working on my first post, and I want to go over it here on the live stream. It's about the Ravens. So yesterday I released a video It was about the mustache man, but we're not going to name him. I took it down because I just don't want to risk having that info up on my channel, to be honest. So I took that down, but we're going to talk about Odin. And interestingly enough, Odin equals 42. So we're going to talk about Odin on my blog post, if I can get it to load here. And I'm going to show you how Odin, who's also associated with starting wars. Notice that Odin equals war and equals Iran. In fact, Iran and Odin are nearly a perfect match. So this actually fits perfectly with what we're talking about, and that's why I'm going to try to do my post here, because there's a huge ritual yesterday with Odin and the ravens and the spear and the war. So give me 1 second. I'm going to try to get this to come up. Maybe this isn't going to work. I don't know. Oh, here it is. One second. I appreciate you guys being patient because sometimes this takes forever to load. Hold on. All right, here we go. One more minute, guys. So what's everyone saying in the chat here while I'm waiting for this? Again, we're going to talk about this in a second, but somebody says 48th, as in the next president would be 48. Yeah. 421 will be 33 months from the Oppenheimer film. Oh, really? Oh, I forgot to look into the Oppenheimer film. How did I forget that? Hold on. Let's do that while we're waiting for that to load. Guys, how did I forget to look into the actual film that just came out like a couple years ago? How did I forget that? July 21st or July 11th, 2023. Let's see. So, Wrestlemania will be 1,003 days after that movie. You guys have been talking about like the 103. That's interesting. But yeah, 421, which is 2 days after WrestleMania, will be 33 months after that movie. Huh. 33 months later. How about that? 1 day before Oba Femi's birthday. April 21st is 74 days before July 4th. Oh, wow. Nuclear equals 74. Yeah, remember last year on 421, the Pope died, so that's a big day. That's Rome's birthday, Queen Elizabeth's birthday. Prince died. Oh, yeah, guys, remember all the alignments with 421. It's 1 year since the Pope died. It's 10 years since Prince died. Yeah, the 33rd president dropped the bomb. That's right. That's a great addition. Wow, that's crazy. The 33rd president dropped the bomb. Oh my goodness. Bombing of Hiroshima. Bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Oh, there's a guy named Parsons. We've been talking a lot about Jack Parsons. Oh man. Let's see here. There's probably a lot I missed, to be honest. Oh my. Let me just find. I thought it would be on here, but this thing's just not loading very fast. Wait, hold on. What am I thinking? Who was the 33rd president? Sorry, Truman. I don't know why I was thinking Eisenhower. He's the 34th president. But Truman, yeah, Truman Show, guys. Harry Truman, the 33rd president, dropped the bomb. And now here we are 33 months after the Oppenheimer movie came out. And again, I've been talking about Oba Femi during this whole thing. And Oba Femi equals 33. So, yeah, that's really interesting. Let's see if we go from July 11th. That's the original release. Oh, man. Hey, is Sean Desaad from Widow's Son still in the chat? Sean, are you still there? Look at this, Sean. From the Oppenheimer movie to 421 is 3313. This is a huge wormwood thing from Sean and 7-1's research. 33 months, 1 week, and 3 days. That's from the premiere of Oppenheimer. And I know you guys probably are like, what's this, Cody? I don't know anything about 3313. You guys got to go watch Sean's videos for that. I haven't talked a lot about this. 7-1, his channel as well. He's the one that started this. But 3313 is the 24 star number. And again, this connects to Wormwood and the book of Revelation. So yeah, that's big. That is interesting. Look, 244 here. 2 years, 4 weeks, and 4 days. So you got your 244 as well. That's right. The 421 is the anniversary of the San Jacinto Monument opening, which points to the Trinity test site. Oh my goodness. The San Jacinto, yeah. Guys, so if you guys have never watched 7-1's content or Widow's Son or Casey Jones Astrology, they talk about this a lot. The Trinity, this points on the navigation, it points to the Trinity test site. This is the monument of San Jacinto. And again, this opened on 421, this same date we're talking about, the year that World War II started. So that's huge. That's huge, man. Especially with the 3313. Sean, you're going to have to do a video about this or make a post about it or something, because I know you're going to find even more. Let me see if I can pull up. Hold on. I'm still waiting on this thing to load. Still saying page not found. All posts. I'm still learning. I'm still learning my way around this stuff because I don't know what I'm doing. But Harry Truman, I need to look into him as well because this will be tied to him. He's from Lamar, Missouri. Interesting. So let me just start by saying, do you remember how Edgar Allan Poe, the Raven? So because we're going to talk about Odin and the ravens, let me just read or pull up the Raven, because this ties into everything that we've been talking about. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I was pondered weak and weary over many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there was a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. This is one of my favorite poems. Like, I love this poem. I love reading this poem. It's so like smooth, you know? Like this line, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. But the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because in this poem, it mentions the Plutonian shore. Guys, my whole video so far has been about the plutonium. In fact, I had a whole slide where I connected a Plutonian year or Plutonian days. And at the end of the Raven, it mentions the Plutonian shore. Quoth the Raven, nevermore. And why is this connected to the nuclear bomb? Because look at what the Raven equals in gematria. So not only does it mention Plutonian shore in the poem, the Raven equals atomic bomb. Are you coding me? Remember the NFL game on September 4th, 9/4, where the clock stopped at 4:44 because of lightning like Obama? Yeah, wow. Thank you for reminding me, widow's son. That's got to be connected. I'll look into that. I'm definitely going to look into that. I need to look into that. But let's get this Raven thing out of the way, because this is also clearly connected. The Raven, the name of the poem, equals atomic bomb. Okay? And again, he mentions the Plutonian shore. I wonder what that equals. Plutonian shore. Oh, of course it equals 187. I've been talking about that number. Plutonian shore, 187. Equals Society of Jesus. Plutonian equals San Francisco. It also equals Baltimore. And of course, the Baltimore Ravens. So we're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens. So here's my preview of my post on the Baltimore Ravens' new uniforms. So here we go. In Norse mythology, Odin, the All-Father, is famously accompanied by his two ravens, Hugin and Munin, who fly across the world to bring him news, and he wields a legendary spear called Gungnir, which never misses its mark. In a striking case of life-imitating myth, the NFL saw a divine alignment this week, starting on Wednesday, Odin's Day, where the Baltimore Ravens, Odin and the Ravens, and the Washington Commanders, and remember, Baltimore and D.C. are right across the river, both unveiled new uniforms, with the Washington reintroducing a spear icon to their helmets, and the Baltimore Ravens showcasing their raven. The 2-day rollout of these two new uniforms are the iconic symbols of the Norse god Odin, bringing a touch of ancient legend into the modern gridiron. So here we go, guys. the commander's spear helmet going through the W. You guys can see it right here. That's Odin. He has a spear. And Woden is the W because Woden's day starts with a W, Wednesday. And here's the raven's helmet, the raven with the black raven with the red eyes, okay? And here's Odin with his ravens and his spear and his horse. Of course, we're in the year of the horse. Odin is the god of war, which is why Odin equals war. I mean, Odin starts wars with his spear. And do you think it's a coincidence that Odin equals Iran? Do you think this all isn't just connected to Odin, the one who starts the wars? And notice that the raven equals 42. Let me just bring up all the 42s, right? It's the big number here. Odin, 42. The raven, 42. Iran, 42. Japan, 42. War, 42. Plutonium, 42. But look at this. The Baltimore Ravens, one day after the spear on the Washington Commanders helmet, you got the spear and the raven. The Baltimore Ravens titled their uniform reveal "The Next Flight," which interestingly has the same Latin gematria as Odin's two ravens, Hungen and Munin. What are the odds, guys? They named their reveal "The Next Flight," which equals the ravens, the two names. And again, if you click this, you can link to Hungen and Munin. That's how they spell it. It's the same gematria. Equals 708. The two most famous Ravens players, like the two Ravens of Odin, wear the numbers 22 and 8. One of those players is King Henry, also known as Derrick Henry. He wears the number 22. And Lamar Jackson wears the number 8. 228. Look at the gematria of the two Ravens, Hungen and Munin. 228. And the two most famous Ravens wear the numbers 22 and 8. And in their teaser video for the new uniforms, they had numbers 22 and 8 right there. Now, this is even more interesting because this uniform reveal happened 2 months and 28 days after Edgar Allan Poe's birthday. His birthday is January 19th. This reveal happened 2 months and 28 days after his birthday. Again, going with the gematria of the two Ravens and the two famous football players that wear 228. In Norse mythology, Odin, okay, so Edgar Allan Poe is a poet. Well, Odin is not only the god of war, but also the god of poetry, having risked his life to steal the mead of poetry. What is that? The mead of poetry, also known as the poetic mead, is a drink stealed by Odin, and he's the god of possession via the berserker rage and the poetic inspiration. Wow, craziness. This divine connection to language is famously embodied by two ravens, Hungen, which means thought, and Munin, which means memory, who serve as the intellectual eyes and ears of Odin. This creates a striking parallel to Edgar Allan Poe, whose famous work, The Raven, features a bird that acts as a dark reflection of Munin, which is memory. Just as Odin relied on the ravens for his cosmic remembrance, Poe narrator is haunted by the raven that symbolizes never-ending memory or remembrance. The poetic Edda. So in Norse mythology, there's all these poetic Eddas, which is, connecting to Edgar Allan Poe. First of all, what is the odds that one of the most famous poets, his last name is Poe? I mean, don't you guys see the joke even years ago? Is it just a coincidence that one of the most famous poets just happened to have the last name Poe, which is like one letter off from poet? It's just ridiculous. Anyway, in the poetic Edda, which is the Old Norse poems. They serve as the primary source for the Norse mythology, preserved in the 13th century codex. They tell the stories of Odin. And again, Odin is the god of the spear, the raven, which I already showed you connects to the two helmets that just got introduced. But again, Odin equals 42, as I already pointed out. But look at this. In Chaldean gematria, the poetic Edda, which inspires the Norse mythology, equals 42. And the poetic mead, which again is stolen by Odin. So it's clear, guys. And look again, the raven equals 42. Even if you type in Odin's ravens, which is basically what he has, that equals 42. So this is my short first post that I'll be published. It's not published yet, but I'm just showing it to you guys because I'm going to start making posts on here. But I want you guys to think about how this connects to what I just talked about with WrestleMania 42 and that fact that they just revealed these spears, right? And remember, this connects to William Shakespeare because Odin's spear is the shaking one. And again, the name of his spear means the shaking one, and it's a spear. So it's the Shakespeare, right? And William Shakespeare was also a poet. So when you really start looking into all these characters, it all goes back to Odin. I think the Norse mythology is some of the most interesting mythology. I mean, my ancestors come from that area, so maybe that's why. But like Shakespeare is kind of a poet, yes, but he still has poetry. So either way, Odin is connected to poetry. And again, he has the spear and the ravens. Yeah, poetic Edda is 42 in Chaldean. Yes, I showed that here. Also, there's another Norse book called the Prose Edda, which also equals 42. Another 42. Are you kidding me? Like, I could just go on all day with these 42s. So there's just so much I could say here. But again, with William Shakespeare, it makes you wonder, because William Shakespeare equals Plutonian shore. And again, Plutonian shore is in the book, or in the poem, quoth the raven, nevermore. And again, the raven equals nuclear or atomic bomb in 2 ciphers. Interesting. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Today is the 107th day of the year. Edgar Allan Poe died on 10/7. Are you kidding me? So Edgar Allan Poe died on 10/7, and one of his most famous lines is, quoth the raven, nevermore. Also, this 305 is interesting because the Washington Commanders debuted their uniforms with the spear. And look at this. Washington Commanders equals quoth the raven, nevermore. I didn't even know this. And they debuted their uniforms 305 days after Donald Trump's birthday. I have a slide here. Right here. Let it load. So yeah, 305 days after Donald Trump's birthday, they debuted their uniforms. Quoth the raven, nevermore. 305. Washington Commanders, 305. And again, Edgar Allan Poe died 10/7. So it's all perfect as usual. Lamar Jackson is from the 305 area code? No way. No way. 1 second. So the quarterback he's born on 1/7, but the 305 area code is this the 305 area code? One second. Thank you to the 251 who are still watching. I appreciate it. Just takes me a little bit to find all this stuff. 305 area code. Yeah, so the 305 area code is Miami-Dade County. Yeah. Great addition. Yeah, I'll be working on a decode for the UFC 250 on Donald Trump's birthday as well at some point. And let's not forget the Ravens of the Tower of London. And let's not forget that the Baltimore Ravens are royalty. They have the purple, and then one of their guys' name is King Henry, and this connects to King Charles. But you got the Ravens of the Tower of London. And we recently did a whole decode on the crow as well. And the crow is in the same family as the raven. So the crows and the ravens are so important, guys. It's such a big symbol. Sum of all fears. You want me to look it up, or you want me to do a gematria of it? I mean, I know Sum of All Fears movie, but what do you want me to look up necessarily? First of all, let's see what it equals. The sum of all fears equals Barack Hussein Obama II. Wow. Okay. Interesting. It's about Raven Rock. Yeah, the sum of all fears is about a nuclear attack, yes. And it's connected to Patriot games, which I already talked about this year. But you're saying there's a Raven Rock? Is there a Raven Rock in this movie? Are you talking about in the Sum of All Fears? Wait, in the 2002 film Sum of All Fears, Raven Rock is referenced as a bunker known as officially the Raven Rock Mountain Complex, where the U.S. president and his cabinet are evacuated following a nuclear detonation in Baltimore. What? Guys, I didn't know this was like connected so much to Baltimore. My goodness. I mean, I already made the connection to the Raven and the nuclear, but now we have this Baltimore connection in the Sum of All Fears. It's called Raven Rock. Oh, look at that. Raven Rock 107. That's that number that I was just showing you that number. Huh. Sum of All Fears. Oh, guys, I forgot to even mention the theme song for WrestleMania 42 is called Bones for the Crows. And again, a crow is in the same family as the raven. How did I even forget that? Look, this is literally the cover, guys, of WrestleMania. How did I didn't even think about this? This is literally what they're giving this screenshot to you. WrestleMania Vegas. Here's your crows or your ravens, man. I already did a decode on this. Warzone equals 42 as well. Wow. And what cipher? Yeah, I see in the keypad cipher equals 42. But yeah, we know how big the 42 is, but Warzone equals 102. That's a huge number as well with war. Who's in Nevada today? We're going to get ready to wrap this up, guys. It's already been... Please hit those likes. Let's get to 200 before we're finished here. The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, they bombed the thing with Ravenstall. The Dark Knight Rises Ravenstall. Yeah. Again with the Raven, man. This is right before they bombed the football stadium. Yeah, I know today's the 107th day of the year too, yeah. And again, if you guys have never seen this movie, right before they bomb the stadium, you see Ravenstall kick the ball. And the Baltimore Ravens even quoted Bane from the movie today. Oh, I got to show you this. Baltimore Ravens. Ravens Bane quote. The Baltimore Ravens have used the iconic Bane quote, "The Dark Knight Rises embrace their darkness and toughness." Yeah, but they literally posted a quote from Bane today or yesterday, guys. So they're connecting it even to this movie. Oh my gosh. Like if you go on X, I'm sorry this video has been so long, guys. You guys probably get annoyed. This one last thing and then we'll wrap it up. Baltimore. I'm just trying to find this quote. Look what they wrote here. The king clothed in darkness. What the heck? That's Apollyon again, guys. But look, that right here, they said, "You merely adopted the dark. We were born in it." This is a quote from Bane from the movie The Dark Knight Rises. So yeah, The Dark Knight Rises, the quote, they use the Bane quote, and then they get the Ravens, and the kicker in The Dark Knight Rises before they blow the stadium up is Ravenstall. I mean, just look at their new logo too. The bird with the red eyes. I mean, darkness there and nothing more is what it says. Look what that equals, guys. Darkness there and nothing more. Look what that equals. What are the odds that the quote they put on their thing, darkness there and nothing more, equals President Donald Trump in Latin? I thought that was crazy. Again, that's what they put right there on the back. Darkness there, nothing, and nothing more. Trump quoted Bane also, yeah. The king clothed in darkness equals 111. Wait a minute. Oba Femi will be 1254 prime days old tomorrow? Hold on. Guys, I talked about that number. Wait. Oh my gosh. Guys, I missed the biggest part of this whole decode. I gotta pull up my Canva again. Hold on. Sean, thank you so much. What in the world? Do you guys remember that number? I hope everyone is still paying attention enough to remember that number. Yeah, I hope everyone stayed around. This is literally gonna blowing my mind, man. I literally talked about this number and I missed the most important part. So here's the slide. I literally made the slide right here with this number and didn't even look at this. Oba Femi called himself the Destroyer. And we'll wait for it to load. And in Gematria, Destroyer equals 1254, like the book or the show that came out in 1965, The Decision to Drop the Bomb equals 1254. This very guy who said, I'm the Destroyer, which equals 1254, he's going to be 1254 prime days old on this WrestleMania tomorrow. Are you coding me? Are you coding me, folks? The exact number of the Gematria of Destroyer. I cannot believe it, man. That's what I mean, guys. When I do a whole slide on the number 1254. Yeah, he's wrestling on Sunday, but he's on the start of the show, WrestleMania. He's going to be that number. That's still amazing, even if it's one day off. I mean, he's wrestling on the next day, but again, WrestleMania starts on this day. Can I get some mind blowns in the chat for Sean? And go make sure you guys go subscribe to Sean, Widow's son, because he literally just blew my mind. Man. Like, this is not just this is not a number you can easily come up with, guys. 1254, I mean, this is not a random number. This is a perfect synchronicity. It's perfect. Because again, I didn't even know he was going to be that age. And I made a whole slide. So that means today, guys, the day I did my decode about him, he's also that. I didn't even know it. It's crazy, man. I did a whole decode about him being a destroyer, and on the day that he's this age today, and that literally is the gematria of the destroyer. That's organic. Like, I didn't even know. That's crazy. Really crazy, man. Jesuit ritual equals 1254? No way. Does it really? That's interesting. Jesuit equals 42. Oh, look at that. Jesuit ritual equals 1254 in the same cipher. Wow. Hey, Sean, there's that 1414 right there. That's interesting numbers. Wow, 1254. Oba Femi. And Oba Femi's born on the 112th day of the year, guys. The Jesuits operate in 112 countries. The Jesuits operate in 112 countries. Oba Femi, born on the 112th day of the year. 11/11/2022 was 1254 days ago. That's a good one, Maggie. 11/11 is the founding date of Washington State. 11/11/2022. I believe that was a blood moon at that time. Yeah, so 1254 days before yesterday was Washington State's founding date, guys. Wow. Shout out to Jurassic Liars, the 42nd state. Watch out for Washington State, man. I'll just show you real fast. Washington State was founded on 11/11. Washington State founding. 11/11. So from 11/11, that was Washington State's 133rd birthday, and 1254 days later, oh my goodness, 133 is president. It's the chapter of the head wound in the Revelation. Wow, my goodness. Something just happened the other night in wrestling too. Darby Allin won his championship with a coffin drop. So this guy just did a major upset. He just won the AEW title in Washington State. He's from Seattle. And look, he's the skull, guys, man. I'm telling you, as Jurassic says, everyone who's in Washington, please be careful. This guy, man, just won the title. He's not even big enough to win a title, man, but he's from Seattle. And in Seattle, he won the title by doing a coffin drop. That's the name of his move, coffin drop. Like dropping a bomb. Here he is celebrating. Notice that his name is All In, like Darby All In. Coffin drop. I mean, there's some interesting numbers here for sure. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to wrap this up. It's already been way too long. How long have we been on here? Wow, guys, an hour and 55 minutes. I'm sorry for such a long stream, man. I don't like to do such long streams anymore because I know people can't take such long streams sometimes, but I know most of you guys can, but I'm sorry for such a long stream. But we covered a lot here. We covered so many things and mind-blowing things. And thank you to all the people in the chat and especially Sean and the branch. You guys did some great stuff. Thank you to Maggie McCombs, who dropped another one in here. Also, Bones Jones, Gene Spliced, Mr. S. Thank you guys all for dropping your stuff. Thank you to KDR. I'm just going to call you KDR, but yeah, thank you also. Trey Patton's in the house, guys. Trey Patton, another great decoder. Adam Lanza was born on the 112th day of the year, also with the SSH. Yeah, wow. Anyway, guys, if you guys missed most of the stream, you got to go back and watch. This stream is full of so much info, man. So many good connections from not just from me, but from everyone. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to support the channel, hit that like on the way out. Also, buy me a coffee link at the top of the chat. After 2 hours, we're going to hang it up, and you guys have a great rest of your day. And God bless you all. God wins, and we'll see you in the next decode. Take care.